Let's talk about the risks of tapering off suboxone too soon. Hey everyone, what's up? My name's Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in recovery. I've been sober on suboxone for 9.5 years. It quite literally helped save my life. I want to talk about the risks that come along with shaming people that are utilizing medication-assisted treatment and then encouraging them to jump off their life-saving medication too soon before they're really ready. I want to share a story time with you guys that happened to a young man that I was friends with on Facebook. He had been sober for 6 months utilizing medication-assisted treatment, and he wanted so badly to be a part of this Alcoholics Anonymous meeting that he was attending in his city where he lived. Even though they gave him pushback, he wanted to have a sponsor, he wanted to work the steps. He just had this desire to be so honest about everything in his life and his situation, which was super admirable. But with a lot of stigma and shame still that surrounds medication-assisted treatment, this is something I do not recommend. I do not recommend telling anyone about your medication because it's nobody's business. He tried to obtain a sponsor through this program, and the sponsor told him, "I will not work with you until you are completely off Suboxone, because being on Suboxone blocks you from having a spiritual experience." This young man jumped off Suboxone. I think he did it in 20 days. He just tried it. He did a really fast taper and then jumped off. And not even 15 days after he was completely free from Suboxone, he relapsed, he overdosed, and he died. His mom reached out to me on Facebook after it happened. Pushing people to taper off a medication that is helping them save their lives, that is helping them maintain recovery. I will never understand why there's so much judgment and so much stigma against this life-saving medication within our own community from our own people, but there is. So for those of you guys that are being shamed, being judged because you're on MAT, I have been on MAT for 9.5 years, and I've been sharing my journey openly for 9.5 years, or for 6 years. Excuse me. I've been sober for 9.5 years. I've been sharing online for about 6.5, almost 7 years now. I waited until I had about 2 years sober to start sharing my journey online because I wanted to make sure I was strong enough to deal with people like that, to deal with the shame, to deal with people telling me I wasn't in recovery and that I'm not sober. Okay? At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. Trying to taper off this medication really quickly is not a good idea. And it doesn't matter, you guys, if you need to be on this medication forever, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You wouldn't walk up to somebody who is having success taking a mental health medication, like, let's say, a person that struggles with schizophrenia, and they were celebrating that they haven't had any schizophrenia hallucinations in over a year because of the medication they're taking. You wouldn't walk up to them and say, "Well, when are you going to stop taking that medication?" So why is it any different for medication-assisted treatment? I hope this story helped you, and I hope you don't rush off your medication. I hope that you look at all the different avenues that you can take. You could do a low and slow taper. You can do a transition to Sublocade. There are so many options. There's so much support, therapy resources, detox resources, so much support and help, you guys. Just please make sure you make the right decision. If you're struggling with opiate use disorder and you want to utilize Suboxone in your recovery journey, you can always reach out to us here at Recovery Delivered. You could go to recoverydelivered.com, and there's a chat box. You can chat with the people that set your appointment. You can get your appointment set very, very easily, you guys. If you use the code TikTok, you get basically 15% off for 3 months. So the price of your appointment will only be $75 each month instead of $89. So just tell them, I want to use the code TikTok when you're paying for your first appointment. All right, you guys, I'll see you later, and I hope you have a great day.